Michael, good to have you back. And I mean, you've been looking at the Ipsos Pulse of the People's Study. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, Tamila, this study is conducted every 4 to 5 months here in South Africa, exploring how people are likely to vote. The question, of course, how would they vote if the election was the following day? So this particular study was done in September last year, so giving us some indication over the last few months how people are thinking about the ANC or about any other opposition party as well. Let's focus on the numbers very quickly. And as you'll see, the ANC still in the driver's seat, but it has been sliding in terms of support. If you rewind 2 years back to the beginning of Cyril Ramaphosa's presidency, that figure right there was sitting at 60%. It's now come back to 50%. The big opposition parties, the DA and the EFF, at 16% and 13%. Quite a few people saying that they won't vote, which is quite interesting as well. The ANC, I imagine, will be quite concerned about that. But given the decline in terms of the support for the governing party, you have to wonder, what is the problem? Is it the driver, or is it the party itself? What you might say, the car. Well, we decided to take a look at the numbers from a few other polls from Ipsos over the last few years. And what you're seeing here are the averages in terms of the approval ratings, both for the president and for the ANC during particular times. So first of all, Jacob Zuma's second term, we're looking at 2014 to 2017. He was averaging an approval rating of just 36%, guys. Compare that to the approval rating for the party, and it was at 55%. So people not very impressed with the party's president, but still choosing to vote for the party itself. Then when you take a look at the numbers for 2018 to 2020, the ANC party support at 53%, slightly down compared to the Zuma era. But take a look at those numbers for the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, at 65% in terms of his approval rating for that particular period. Ramaphosa's supporters will say that he's helped to drive up support for the ANC when it's been struggling. Perhaps Jacob Zuma's supporters would have a different interpretation. So these numbers, really interesting when you're exploring that idea of support for the party and support for the president.
Again, Michael, the polls also show that Ramaphosa is popular among people who don't vote for the ANC, but let's focus on those inside the party. How's he doing there?
That's a good question, Jane, especially with all of these so-called factional divisions emerging in the party. So we took a look at the numbers there, and if you take a look at his support inside his own party, well, it's almost like he's driving a Ferrari. Let's take a quick look at those numbers compared to the Jacob Zuma era. So just before the ANC went into the 2016 local government elections, support inside the ANC for Jacob Zuma was just 51%. So 1 out of 2 people who align themselves with the ANC said that they actually support the party's president. Ramaphosa's latest figures from December 2020, 84%. In September last year, it was actually 88%. So certainly inside the party, he seems to have a lot of support, at least when it comes to those people who identify with the ANC. We'll have to see, with those local government elections just around the corner, whether people vote for the party or vote for the president. What's the driving force? We'll see in a couple of months' time.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael.